content just sucks right now. It is absolutely terrible, and no one is addressing this. Everything you see is slop, and it's mainly like repurposed slop from someone else. So what's happened is the algorithm rewards watch time, clicks, engagement, whatever is causing controversy, right? Not quality, not depth. As a matter of fact, most people lack depth. So if you create a video that has a lot of depth, it's just going to get scrolled past. And that's what sucks. So we're creating this like hive mind society where the consumer, the people that are just watching content, they follow trends so easily. They're just a bunch of sheep. They have no individual thoughts, right? This is especially true on TikTok. If you notice TikTok, the trends that go popular on TikTok, it is, oh my gosh, bro. It is the most hive mind BS stuff you'll ever see. Everything is cognitive bias, meaning people only want to consume what like reinforces their beliefs. So their entire algorithm starts to reinforce their belief to where they just think there's no way they could be wrong, but they lack critical thinking skills, right? And the other thing is most consumers have no skin in the game, so they'll have an anonymous account or an account that no one cares about. They'll comment something stupid, something hateful on, a video that, maybe a creator spent a lot of time on and was like, maybe it was a little bit cringy, but it was overall positive. And like these people, they think they're being insightful. These losers that go into these comment sections, they think they're being insightful or that they're like cool or something. And it's like, you've never put skin in the game at all. But the biggest thing is that everything has been Mr. Beastified. Everything is super hyper digestible that every time I open my phone, I'm just like, oh, like this is so, I've seen this 100 times. This is so like, I'm just sick of it. And it's not even just content creators like me, but it's also regular people. Like let's just take, for example, a random girl that's in a sorority in college. Every single post that she posts, I have seen that before. These entrepreneurial hustle bro dudes that are like wannabe Iman Gotsis, or like you know how it is, they want to be the hustlers. It's like we've seen the Rolex, we've seen the steak at a high-end restaurant, we've seen the sports cars. It's been done before. It's exhausting. I'm tired of looking at the same thing over and over and over again. Everything lacks creativity. Now, as a content creator myself, I will admit a lot of the videos that I get specifically for my short form content, I got inspiration from another video that did well online. And all I did was just kind of put my own twist on it. So I'm taking their idea that they talked about, but then I'm making it mine. This is, if you talk to any content creator, they'll say this is the way that you grow, and it's absolutely true. Take what's working, but just take the idea and then make it your own. And that could be cool, but like honestly, with a lot of the content that I used to do, I was one of the first to do a lot of the stuff that I was doing, and then this sounds really cocky, but I kind of have created a bunch of clones in my own niche specifically that do very similar content to me. And when I saw them, like I've seen so many people copy my videos, which I don't really get mad at, to be honest. But it's like, bro, I started to like resent the own type of content I was creating because I saw all these other people making it, and it was so like easily digestible. And I was like, dang, bro, I need to like switch it up a little bit or like do something. So I'm honestly a part of the problem, but I'm not at like the real like Mr. Beastified level of slop by any means. I try to post more intellectual stuff or like something insightful. But dude, so many of these videos are, it's just like, there's no way that like half your feed might be people dancing, a quarter of your feed might be political slop, and then another quarter of your feed is just like the most brain dead like pranks, like these dudes with meta glasses that go and harass retail workers. And it's just like, dude, where is the merit in this stuff? Like, where's the creativity? Back in the day, I'm talking the Casey Neistat days, if you know, you know, but content creation used to be very exclusive. Only a few people could do it, and they were like the really good people. And because it wasn't so saturated, the market of content, people would be much more intentional with what they did. They would put a lot more time into it. Whereas today, you're rewarded more if you just put a picture of Clav on the video, because you just know there's a much higher chance that video does well because it's a relevant figure. And I guess what I'm saying is like the hive mind is very much real, where it's like these people that consume this stuff are sheep. And as a creator, I'm saying this as a creator myself, I understand that it's like you are a student of the game, and all the other people that post online, like 90% of them are also students of the game, and they figure out the psychology of the consumer, like what's popping, and they try to hop on that trend. And so that's why it's just slop on slop on slop on slop. It just goes over and over again, to where you're sitting there and you're like, dude, like, come on, like, I can't even scroll on my feed anymore, you know? If I wasn't a content creator myself, I think I would scroll for like less than 30 minutes a day, to be honest with you. Just because it's gotten so boring. I feel like everything has been done over and over again, and it's so easily digestible. It just lacks depth. And it's like, dude, what happened to the good content? You know, you have to like really curate your feed really well if you want to get out of that, because anything that pulls in the crowd that gets crazy numbers tends to be like by nature surface level, because some, like, if it's below surface level, it can't get that many views. You know what I mean? And so that's what happens, because you're incentivized as a creator. It's like, well, I need to do something that's easily digestible. You know, I do one of these videos every day where I'll record my face and I don't talk, I don't say anything. The video's 6 seconds, and I'll just put on a quote or an image on the screen, and that's it. And it's hyper digestible. And those videos tend to do a lot better on average. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that, you know, like, it's 6 seconds, so it's easier to get the watch time. However, I like started to realize it's like, dude, if I just make like really blanketed generic talking points, I can reel in the crowd. You know, I can do whatever it is. But yeah, like now I'll like, you know, my niche is more like societal commentary. I would describe my niche. People say philosophy, but most of my videos actually aren't even about philosophy if you really pay attention. But anyways, with my videos, like being insightful, or like me trying to like draw some sort of information from society, I think that that's more of a, like, I don't want to say this in a cocky way, but I guess it's more like a virtuous, or like I'm leaving like a better impact than somebody that just spams like, you know, AI, like Fruit Island or whatever it is, like stuff like that. I think it's like that content is better. However, there have been so many people that I've recognized in the same niche or space as me since I've started, because now that I'm in that niche, I see a lot more of that stuff. And it's like they make videos that are like pretty similar to mine, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, dude, I hope my video doesn't come across as that, because even though it's good in the sense of like there's some insight there, it's been like, I hate to keep reusing this term, but it's been Mr. Beastified, where it's like, it's just so nice and laid out on a platter for you. Like the message is so straightforward, you don't have to work for it. There's not a lot of maybe there was a decent amount of time put into that video, but not like an absurd amount. Yeah, dude, I don't know. It's just, I kind of like sit there, I'm like, dude, like, I wish there was like more to it. And so as of recently, I've been doing less videos and trying to create more quality videos. You know, I recently did this video, I'll post it on my YouTube actually, but about like liminal spaces. I find liminal spaces fascinating. So I did like a dive into the psychology of liminal spaces. Like, why is it that our brains are so fascinated with them, and these, they feel like nostalgic, but like in an eerie way. Like there's something about them that's just so intriguing. And I did a video and it was like, you know, maybe like a minute and like a minute long or something about the psychology of it. And I really like that, because it like combined like entertaining, like something that's easily digestible, the back rooms, liminal spaces, dream core, whatever that all is. And then I explain the psychology, and I use like actual terms that psychologists use, and I fuse them together. And that's what I was like, okay, that's kind of the move. And so that's what I've been like doing more often now. However, even that, it's like you still have to do this freaking what like Wreck-It Ralph, gosh, what's that one? Blue's Clues, like, what, I guess I'm like Sesame Street. You need to like make it like so a kid can enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like that's the point I'm trying to make. And so everything is just so hyper baseline level thinking. There's no critical thinking that's involved in it. And that's really what slop is, bro. Slop is just like, you don't have to think twice about it. It's just in your face, instant dopamine hit, boom. And over time, this really just fries your brain. And I've been on TikTok for long enough now, just as a creator, to realize the way that like all these people in your comment section, and then mainly in also other people's comment sections, I've realized it's just like, dude, these people, they'll unironically say the same inside joke or meme or thing that's been said literally 1,000 times over on this certain creator. Like if a meme is associated with a creator, like for example, for me, right? I think the biggest meme or thing with me that I get in my comment section is like, yo, Machiavelli, blah, blah, blah. Machiavelli said you can't leave your basement. Did Machiavelli say this? And I've been getting these comments on every single video for about, like, ever since I first had a video go viral when I talked about Machiavelli. And it's just like, dude, the first, like, maybe like 5 to 10 times I actually thought it was funny. But it's like, at what point is the joke, like, reasonable? Or, like, it'll be the guy that will post a comment of, like, you know, like the lion that's, like, sitting on the bench, and it's like, how bro felt when he said this. Or it's like a wolf. It's like, dude, that's, you're not, like, how, the funniest thing is that meme more applies to you than it does to me, because you just posted that meme that's been, that GIF has been used by 1,000 people over, and you think you're being insightful by using that. Like, the meme is actually about you, ironically. That's the funny part. And so, that's what you see in these, like, comment sections. It's like these people, like, think they're being insightful, they think they're saying something new. But yeah, and then, like, different platforms have different levels of hate. So, like, YouTube, by the way, YouTube's my favorite platform to use. It has the least amount of hate, and I think people put a lot more time and effort into YouTube than they do with other platforms. Then it's Instagram, and then it's TikTok. TikTok is, like, the amount of hate you'll get on TikTok is so much higher than Instagram or YouTube. It's really weird. I don't use X. I never have. I might end up getting it in the future just to, like, post, like, some random thoughts that I have. But I don't really use that. I know that is that's, like, all over the place. A bunch of hate, a bunch of love, a bunch of just, like, degen stuff. That's real. There's a lot of slop on freaking, like, X is, like, the epicenter for slop. But anyways, I don't know. Am I the only one that feels like this? It just feels like, bro, can we see something new? And can also not 90 to 95% of my algorithm be slop? And it's just like, I'm so disinterested in all of it, bro. I wish, like, I love being a content creator, but I wish that I didn't have to, like, I feel, like, obligated to look at my phone so I'm aware of, like, the current trends or talking points, or, like, to be a student of the game, to, like, research what's working for other people and how can I put my own spin on that, and, you know, so on and so forth. But, bro, come on. Everything just feels oversaturated and nothing feels valuable. And yeah, I'm really trying to make a push for myself to, like, really start making a lot better content, because I want to make the content that I wish existed. Thank you guys for watching.